Hello and welcome back to Ewade Cooks. If there is something that you should know about me for free, it's the fact that I love to cook and to cook everyday food for everyday people. Foods that you can easily get the ingredients everywhere you go. So today I'll be making waakye. Waakye is a food from the West African region. That's the Beninese, the Cotonou people, they eat it. The Ghanaians also eat it. Some of us also call that food wanke. Remember that the beans and rice that is cooked by the Nigerians is different from waakye or wanke because of the use of this leaf, sorghum bicolor. Some people also avoid using this leaf and rather use corn, that's potash. So let us get down to the ingredients. My food processor, yes. I'm starting with that because that is what I will be using for chopping my onions and my pepper because I don't want it to be smooth. So let us get down to the main ingredient and forget about the food processor first. This is groundnut oil. This is optional. Many people use regular oil to fry their pepper, but I want to use groundnut oil. And so this is original groundnut oil. This is some Supreme Mesa creamy basmati rice from India, of course. This is black-eyed peas or white beans, whichever name you call it. This is green habanero pepper. You know the funny thing about this green habanero pepper? If you leave it, even without doing anything to it, if you leave it for too long, see, they begin to ripen. Can you see these ones are already turning red? So I took them out because I want to use the green one only. So groundnut oil, basmati rice, white beans or black-eyed peas or cowpea, I don't know which name you call it. This is onions, red onions, crayfish, cow skin. It's called pomo here. I know the Ghanaians have a name they call theirs. I don't remember. I got this from the abattoir. Or is it abattoir or abattoir? Abattoir. Then these are 3 eggs. This is kpanla. I don't know what name kpanla fish is. I don't know what kpanla is called in English. I'll check before I release this video. This is smoked kpanla fish. This is garlic. This is ginger. I have here some bay leaves. You know bay leaves now. It's just a kind of aromatic herb. And this is poro, the sorghum bicolor, the one which gives the waakye its red color. I won't be using that potash, that corn. I have added these oranges into the mix because there's no way I'm making this waakye and not downloading it with correct orange juice. So that's why you can see my oranges in the mix. So people of God, let's get down to this. So the first thing I'll be doing will be to pick my beans. I've noticed that these white beans, that method of using water, it doesn't work for it so well like the red beans. So the first thing I'll be doing will be to pick the beans and put it on fire. Essentially, this is what it means to pick beans, is to sort out the beans grain. Can you see? From the shafts. For example, this is shaft, so you throw this away. So we are done picking it. This is the shaft and that's the clean bean. So I'll be starting off by putting my beans on fire. Beans first, because of course beans takes longer to cook than rice. So I'll be adding in some water. I'll be adding in a lot of water actually because I'll still be turning out this water for it. So This is the kporokporo or the sorghum bicolor. Yorubas call it kporokporo. I think it's the leaf of the guinea corn. Many people seek this kporokporo for its blood replenishing properties. There have been claims that pregnant women who are anemic can drink this. Anyway, this is what I'll be using for the waakye. So there are different methods of preparing this. However, the method I'm going to use is this. After rinsing this very well, I'm going to soak it in hot water with just a little baking soda. The baking soda is to accelerate the withdrawal of the red color from the sodium bicolor. You can see that the color of the water is already changing, but I'll be turning this away. I'm not soaking it in this. So here's the baking soda. I'll be taking just a level spoon. Can you see? And I'll be adding hot water to this. Just look at what is happening. The moment the hot water hits the leaf. Can you see that? Yep. I'll be cooking my cow skin for a while with some onions, stock cube and salt, just to make it a little softer. So at this point, the cow skin is already a little soft, so I have added the eggs to boil. So at this point, I'll be taking out the eggs and the cow skin, and I'll be turning off the heat. So at this point, I have taken out the shell from my egg, I have cleansed my cow skin, and I have also taken out the dirt from the fish and rinsed it properly. So now it's time to check my beans to see if it's soft enough. Let's just take out one. So as you can see, soft enough. So I'll be turning out this water, and it's time to finally add the rice. So I have now drained out the water in the beans, and now I want to rinse the rice. Finally, it's time for us to take a flight and head to Ghana or Cote d'Ivoire, our neighboring West African countries from Nigeria. So here's the rice in the pot. I'll be adding the beans, the bay leaf, the water. This water, you can see how red it is right now. The beans, the bay leaf, and some onions. I'm going to cut the onion so tiny that it will be like it's not even in it at all. So let's get down to this. I'll be adding some stock cubes into it. This is absolutely optional. I'll be adding some salt. Remember, I'll be tasting it later to see if the salt is enough. Next, I'll be adding in some rosemary. So this is the quantity of rosemary I'll be using. I'll be adding in these bay leaves. So here's what we have so far before I drain in the water from the sorghum bicolor into it. Finally, I'll be draining the water into the beans, into the mixture. So that's enough for now. So this is what we have so far. Can you see? It's boiling, and if you perceive this thing, oh my goodness, the smell is just too nice. Like, if you perceive the aroma coming from this, it's too nice. Like, you will just become hungry immediately. So this is what we have so far. Can you see? At this point, this is what we have. So this is what I have at this point. I'm going to drain out this excess water, yes, and then leave it to dry. So this is what we have. I'm just going to take it back to the fire for the water to dry. Yeah. And at this point, our waakye is ready. Waakye or waakye. Yeah. So the first thing I'll be doing will be juicing my oranges. It's the sound of this big fat orange for me. But you know the good thing about it, it's so sweet, like so sweet and so juicy. Can you see that? And it's so soft. Just by looking at this alone, does anyone need to tell you that this orange is sweet? I mean, just look at that. Juice to what? To pop. When someone says I will beat you to a pulp, this is what they mean. I'll be grating some garlic into my orange juice. Can you see that? Yeah, so that's the garlic I'll be grating into it. So this is the garlic which I'll be putting into the orange juice. Now you can see some of the garlic here. This white thing, it has escaped. So I'll be trying to press some of this pulp on it to see if I can still extract some juice from it. So from the 3 oranges, we have about 450 ml of orange juice. So that's it. The next thing I'll be doing will be to chop my onions, my red onions, my green habanero pepper, ginger, garlic, and crayfish. So to this quantity of pepper, I'll be adding 3/4 of these large onions. So in here we have crayfish, garlic, ginger, green habanero pepper, and onions. Into this I'll be adding just a little groundnut oil. Perfect. And 1 chicken stock cube. And just a little water. Yeah, so that's our pepper mix. This I'll put into a bowl and transfer into the refrigerator. So I'm about to start frying the stew for the waakye. That's my clean frying pan on fire. Like I said earlier, I'll be using groundnut oil. So that's the oil.
This is not the kind of stew you want to be miserly with oil for.
So that's it on fire. Let me turn on the light so you can see what it looks like. Can you see that? The next thing I'll be adding into it is some cloves and nutmeg powder. This is what it looks like right now. So that's the cloves in it. You can see how green it is. So I'll be adding in this onions. So here's what it looks like at the moment. So at this point I'll be adding some salt and stock cube. Remember I added 1 when I was grinding it. So this is what we have so far. I just added in the egg, the cow skin, and the fish. So this is what we have now. At this point I'll be taking out the cow skin, the eggs, and the fish. So this is what we have. I'll be turning this into a blender and blending it smooth. Finally, our food is ready. That's the waakye. And this is the stew. Yeah, that green stew. This is exactly what we have from it. Some people will say this is shito, but I really don't know. I won't call it shito though. So can you see? Oh my goodness. It's the aroma from this for me, like. So thank you very much for joining me on today's episode, and see you some other time. I love you. Continue to subscribe to my channel and to tell other people about Ewade Cooks. Everyday food for everyday people. Until next time, bye.